Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22, and we are back on Butschern. And our last episode, we completed our cultivating contract, and I went ahead and cashed in on that one. That's about 3 grand, and we are heading back to the farm right now to discuss what in the world we are going to do next. There's not a lot right now going on the farm. We have grass growing, but I think it's still pretty much in, let's see, on that field there, it's pretty much in the first stage, I think, and over here. So we really don't have any mowing that we can do. Our cows are taken care of. We took care of TMR for them, and the chickens are fed. We don't have a lot of chickens, so it doesn't take a whole lot of feed there to get them taken care of. Since we last talked, at least since we were definitely last here on Butchern, an update came out, and I have not updated. I took a look at some of the changes from for Butchern 2.0, and however, some of them I do like. The author added a couple fields. I think maybe had a couple of minor bug fixes and things, but the one thing I really did like about version 2.0, and I'm going to show you because I went ahead and copied it. Well, copied it as close as I could over to whatever version this is on, 1.1 or whatever this is. And that's this, I guess, what is it? Well, it's storage, but I forget what they're called now. They're the domed or the curved um, storage sheds. And the mod author added one of these on 2.0, and this is where he placed it. And I thought, well, that is a really, really good idea. In fact, he even showed it with this harvester and header parked in here, and I went ahead and parked our spreader along with our sloped. What are they called? The sloped um, bucket. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Parked them in here, and I went ahead and placed this shed here. So yeah, and I kind of made it so that hopefully it looks a little bit more, fitting in here. Kind of made a little bit of path here and there. The only thing I couldn't get rid of, and I don't really want to go into Giant's Editor to do it, is this little bush right here. Unfortunately, the Lumberjack mod and even the bush mowing mod, which I was kind of surprised. I thought the bush mower would take care of this, but it didn't. So we might be stuck with this little guy here unless I get adventurous, go into Giant's Editor and wipe it out. But otherwise, I added that, and I'll tell you what, that made a nice difference, in my opinion at least, for our storage, because things were, well, for me and my driving skills, were a little bit testy, needless to say. So now we've got a nice spot for our John Deere and one of our Massies. In fact, we could put both of our Massies in here. If I move that plow, we could just make that our tractor storage. I was looking at this guy here, our straw shredder. And I honestly don't think we're going to use this thing. We're either going to just dump loose in here, or because the mod author added the straw bale drop-off point over there, I just don't think we're going to use it. So I think we should just go ahead and cash in on it. Let's go ahead and repaint it first. I mean, that's 32,500. For something we just really aren't going to use, and we need the money more than we need a straw shredder. Then I started looking around, and I thought, maybe we could sell this guy right here, our manure spreader. We haven't used it. I don't know that we will. What is it worth? About 30 grand. And then I thought, well, let's hold on to it for now. We're not desperate for money. I do want to hang on to this tanker right here. Let's see here. Slurry injector on the back, but we could also, I think, use that for transporting slurry if we want to sell it. So I thought between this manure spreader and the slurry injector, we could our slurry tanker, we could hold on to those two just for the time being. How much is this slurry guy worth? So 50 grand for the tanker and about 85 for that. So man, close to 60 grand for that little setup right there. Let's keep that in the back of our minds. That might be worth selling. And let's go in the shed here. So it freed up some space here. Our harvester was here, got rid of that in the header, and I was able to kind of park some things in here that made a little bit more sense to be in here. So our mower and our tedder. This trailer was sticking out too far out of the other shed, so I stuck it in here. I thought that made more sense. Technically, we probably only need one trailer, even though this is a forage wagon. I don't know if we're going to use, if we need the, the ability to have a, a pickup for a wagon, or if we just need a wagon. And if we just need a wagon, this, what is it, Shoot-to-maker, could go bye-bye as well. I mean, that's a good chunk of change right there. And after we repair, and if we were to repaint it, yeah, we'd probably be getting, easily mid to upper 80s out of that thing too. So something for us to keep in mind if we want to start doing some serious penny pinching to maybe buy some land. Yeah, and our grass is growing. Like I said, I think it's actually it shows that it's on growth stage 2. So we might be able to get some grass mowed here in the next month or two, which would be kind of nice. But other than that, if we look at our contracts, I don't know. I've got contracts plus. We can try and refresh them. So nothing's coming up on the contract side either. So I say we call it a day in October. Cows are doing well. We've got plenty of straw. We took care of that. TMR is looking really good. Production's doing well. We will have more milk by the end of the day, and it will auto sell for us. So we have that for a little income. So let's take a nap into November, see if something comes up on the contracts. November, 8 o'clock? Yeah, we can try that. Usually gets dark a little later, or you know what I'm saying, in the morning. Doesn't get light until a little bit later in the morning. But speaking of, too, I guess we're starting to get into that time of the year where we're going to start seeing shorter days once again. Oh, it's a beautiful morning. Holy cow. So have any of you tried out the real light mod yet? I have been doing some playing around. Man, this looks so good. Wow, I hope this is coming through on the recording. How good this really, really looks. The two main things I've seen with the real light mod are shadows are darker and blacker, which I think definitely look better. They're not as gray as they are in the stock game. And yeah, the morning sunrise and sunset, evening sunsets, definitely. And clouds seem to have a little bit better definition to them as well. I have noticed midday things are brighter, and I feel like maybe a little too bright. But give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Let the mod author know what you think. I'm going to continue to leave the link to it in the description below. So if you want to check it out, it's out on his itch.io page, and seems very open to suggestions and so on too. So anyways, instead of me just yapping, oh, we did get some other contracts. Well, there we go. So we have a harvesting contract, 6 grand. That's actually not too bad. Do some sunflower harvesting. I haven't done sunflowers in a while. What's this baling contract for? So field 2, they want us to mow, dry it with a tedder, bale it, and take it to sell. Interesting. So we have sunflowers. We can do a corn harvest. Boy, we could probably, knowing, the size of this map, we could probably get away with just doing all 4 of these things in November. If I'm being honest, we don't have anything else really to do here on the farm other than enjoy this. Wow. I just can't get over how good this looks. This sunrise. Absolutely amazing. Okay, let's since we've done grass work here, let's do a sunflower harvest. I say we start with that. What do you think? Field 4, of course we're going to have to borrow the equipment. Field 4 is almost 4 acres. Where is Field 4? Field 4 is down yonder. Where is Field 4? Right here. Okay, so it's one of the bigger, actually I think it is the biggest field on the map. All right. So in order to make this a little friendlier for us, this is what I like to do. And I don't know if you all do this, but I use the easy dev controls. And I will go to, if I remember how to do this here. Oh, is that the first one? Do a little teleport to map selection. And let's just oh man, I can't talk. I'm sorry, you guys. Let's teleport over to field 4, which is right here. Our sunflowers. I always forget that they look a little withered when you're ready to harvest them, don't they? And then what I like to do, and since we've got a little room here. So what I like to do is just kind of set up a drop-off point for it. I suppose this will work as good as any. I don't know how well they'll drop here, but we'll take a look. And then let's go back to our contracts and let's accept this contract with borrowed items. Thank you very much. And the farmer has been nice enough to drop off all the items that we need to. Actually, man, we really only needed a header. Maybe should have just used our own equipment and leased a header. If I would have thought of that a little bit better. That probably would have been a better way to go. Oh well, that's all right. How much did it cost us to get this? 462 bucks? No biggie. The wear and tear alone on our equipment is probably worth spending 462 bucks for borrowing the equipment out. And actually, we can even use hired helper and tackle us another contract if we want to. But for the time being, let's go ahead and we'll jump on this one ourselves. Which John Deere is this? This is it's kind of dark for me to see there. Okay, the T560i, excellent. Cornhead, this thing right here, we definitely, well, we just don't need. It's kind of in our way. Well, I do like these 6000 series tractors. I think they're pretty sharp looking. What do y'all think? I do like these John Deere 6000 series tractors quite a bit, though. Let's get this header out of the way. I'm thinking that's what it's got to be, right? See if I can line up to it in the middle. There, whoops, came a little bit too far. There we go. We'll just get this thing put over out of the way so it's not going to bother us. I should probably turn my lights on so we can see what we're doing. Let's go grab our trailer that they brought us as well. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done sunflowers. I think I did some sunflowers on a couple of contracts on Elm Creek when I first started that map, and then kind of stopped doing sunflowers. I don't think I ever grew any. That's just kind of cool with that lighting in the background. All right, you guys, I hope you don't mind, but I do need to take a quick shot here for thumbnail. that windmill. Oh yeah, I can do that. I can work with that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your patience there. Let's go ahead and kill our John Deere. Just sit in the road. We don't care. You know what we could? We'll put on our flashers for safety. There we go. Wait a minute. Did that even work? It should work. Yeah, okay, good. All right. I'm just being silly. Why am I lost? There we go. All right. Suppose the first thing we need to do is unfold the harvester. We do have our friend, Mr. GPS, handy. I don't see a reason not to use it, so let's get that thing fired up as well. Might as well. It's installed on this thing, so we might as well take advantage of it. 19 feet. Lines are on. A heading. 0. Oh, we did it good this time. Lined up. Fired up. I guess I really didn't look very close at that side, but yeah, I think we're in good enough shape. Oh my, I'm recording this too late at night and I get a little bit giddy when I do that, but anyways. Well, I hope you're enjoying Butschern series. I really do. I've really enjoyed this map. It's kind of growing on me even more and more, and I'm tempted to go to version 2. I just don't know if it's worth doing it. If it was earlier on in the series, I probably would be more up to, but I don't think we need 2 more fields. I mean, we haven't even bought really our first field yet, and we still have a long ways to go. The upshot to updating would be right now is I really wouldn't have to do a whole lot. I mean, bring the equipment over that we own. I could really easily, you know, we've got straw, silage, hay, and grass in our bale barn. And we've got some cows and chickens. It wouldn't be that significant of, you know, to do it. You know, tweak a couple XML files and just do it up. But we'll see. There was something else I was going to tell y'all too, and I'm thinking what it was. Oh, I know. If you watch my Kubota Farm series out on East Vineland, in fact, I may have even done it in Butschern, but if you do watch the Kubota series, you would have noticed recently that I was having some, let's just say, issues with hitting my Windows key on my keyboard while using the GPS mod, because I would fat finger my keyboard, and instead of Alt-X, I would do Windows key X, which of course immediately kicks you out of the game to the start menu, right? Finally remembered to the other day to enable in my Razer Synapse to enable, well, it enables disabling the Windows key when you're gaming, and I don't know why I hadn't set that feature earlier, but it is set now. So okay, let's give it a go. Windows key. Thank you, very good. Now I can fat finger the Windows key all day long, and you're not going to see my start menu popping up in the middle of the game. Look at the scenery. This is Farming Simulator, isn't it? I mean, this is what it's all about. That windmill back there. Oh, man, I see another thumbnail coming up here. That's a pretty good sized field. We're definitely not going to be knocking this thing out this. Oh, in fact, we're getting very, very close to the end of this episode. Oh, that's just too beautiful, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Got to do it. Just have to do it. I try to keep the episodes around 30 minutes. Sometimes I go over a little bit. Sometimes I'm under a little bit, but try to keep them around 30. But I'm having fun, and this is a beautiful morning. So I hate to have to end it, but I think we are just about at that time. Let's just do a cut back to where we started. I know I'm kind of splitting the field. Not for any particular reason other than it's just kind of working out that way. But hey, thank you all, really. I do appreciate you checking out the series, and I hope you're enjoying Butschern. I also hope you're enjoying Kubota Farm. It's been a lot of fun playing that series as well. And just really enjoying the game, really enjoying the mods that are coming out. There were some more good mods today. A classic tractor that I remember using back in FS15 came out today. And I think I probably mispronounced it, but it's that Kirovets K700. I love that tractor. It just brings back so many good memories. In fact, when I saw it in the mod release list, I'm like, yeah, man, I've used that tractor. I think every version of Farm Sim I've played, and I used it originally on, I think it was a Russian map. It was either a Russian or a, I guess not super important, but I don't know if any of you remember the map. I think it was called Volga. VOLGA, I think it was called, back on FS15. And here's another throwback, by the way. Throwback Thursdays are on. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I will be releasing Throwback Thursday episodes every Thursday night, released at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to check those out, we're going to have a lot of fun just playing casually on old maps that have been around for either, you know, maybe since 15 or 17 or maybe even far back as 13 if I can get my hands on a couple of those. But anyways, excuse me, Dare Tebbers. If any of you have watched Farming Simulator on YouTube for a good amount of time, you probably know the name Dare Tebbers. Used to be one of my favorite YouTubers. And he did a series back in FS15 on Volga. I forget what it was called, like Volga Life. I think that was what it was called, Volga Life, I think. And I just love that series. And I seem to remember, and I could be completely wrong, but I seem to remember him using a Kirovets tractor, and yeah, I had to hop on that map, and I got a, you know, I think I bought a fleet of them, like 4 or 5 of the Kirovets, because they're cheap, right? They were like super cheap for the horsepower, and they were just, they're like big buds, you know, not quite that big, but they're just those, you know, the Russian track. Boy, I hope I'm not wrong when I'm saying they're Russian tractors, because they're, you get the idea, and they're just tanks, and they can do anything on the farm. And they were pulling, I was pulling big cultivators with them, and I just feel like those were like the heydays of just, you know, because we were seeing, and I think what made FS15 kind of special, at least for me, going from a console to a PC were the mods, right? It was my first experience into all the mods. My world of Farming Simulator just, you know, multiplied by 100 with all of the mods that were all of a sudden available to me on PC. And the game was still early enough that there were some really progressive mods back then. You know, we were starting to see modders doing things with tractors that we never saw before, like opening doors and windows and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I gotta go. Episode's getting long. I appreciate you putting up with me, just doing some reminiscing. Thanks again for joining me here on Butschern. I do appreciate it. Let me hop inside. And you all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you this weekend. I'm gonna probably have something coming out this weekend too. Who knows? Maybe we'll do some more Butschern and try to get some contracts knocked out. Thanks everyone, I appreciate it. Have a really good Friday and start to your weekend. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.